With great power comes great responsibility. Yes, I'm a Spider-Man fan, but it is so true for all the UX designers and developers out there because we are designing a new world. And in this new world, it's our responsibility to make it accessible from a 5-year-old to a 80-year-old grandpa. We have to give them the best experience regardless any ability, situation or context, because there are over 1 billion people in the entire world who are disabled in one form or another. And there is a very strong business case also, because if you are not, as designers or developer, you are not taking accessibility, or you are not considering accessibility as one of the mandates in your design while designing your digital products, you are ignoring 1 billion people in the entire world. Hi, my name is Gurpreet Bhatia, and people know me as UXing, and I do videos on UX and design. I study core concepts of UX for a week, and I do videos with a view to learn and grow together. And this week, we're discussing what is accessibility, the types of accessibility, why do we need it, and what are the steps as designers and developers, what are the steps we can take to make our work accessible. So this will be a long video, so I'll be cropping that into 2 or 3 parts. Make sure you watch all of them. Accessibility enables people with disabilities to perceive, interact, navigate, understand, and contribute to the web. But the sad reality is not many designers and developers put accessibility as a mandate into their design because they think that it's a barrier to innovation. They cannot innovate because accessibility will come with a lot of rules and constraints, and that will make their designs ugly, boring, and cluttered. But there is a very strong business case when you apply accessibility, when you take accessibility as a mandate in your design. And that's what I'm discussing in my next section. That is, why do we need accessibility for all our digital products, whether we are designing a website or whether we are designing a mobile app or any product. Let's hear it. And this why is very big, because studies show that accessible websites actually have better search results, they load faster, they are SEO friendly, they encourage good coding and design practices, and the best part, they always have better usability, which is the most important factor out of all when you design any digital product. All your design should be barrier free. It should benefit all users regardless of any browser, resolution, screen size, or any sort of visibility. As per the HFI book, in their foundation course only, they have given 4 different reasons to design for people who are disabled. They are termed as moral reasons, technological reasons, financial reasons, and legal reasons. And let's see, because they are so important, let's see them in detail. The very first one is the moral reasons. What are the moral reasons to design for accessibility? In my views, everybody has a right to access the same information. And as designers, we should stimulate equal opportunities among the people. Because the web is not for you and me only, it's for everybody. And we should include more and more people. We should help the web and should contribute to the web of what it was intended to be. For technological reasons, let me ask you something. Imagine I'm designing your website and I'll say to you that your website will not load faster, it will have bad search results, and it will be very hard for you to manage it in the future, and it will reach to a limited number of audience. Would you want a website like that? Nah, definitely not. What do you design website for? To reach it to that's what a digital product is for. To reach it to a wider audience, to manage it easily in the future, to have better search results in Google. That's what we want. So technology has a very strong case, and there are a billion reasons to design, to take accessibility into consideration when we are at the technology phase into designing your product. So what do we design website for? The opposite of these are the exact cases we design website for. So always take accessibility into consideration when you are at the technology phase. As far as financial reasons are concerned, I have only one thing to say. With all those disabled people combined, has over $1 trillion as buying power. Largely, there are 10% people in every country who are disabled, and this number will grow in due course of time. This will grow to 15%, 20% because of the poor health care around the world. So don't exclude them, include them, make personas for them, and make them your customers, because they can actually help you grow your business. And there are some legal reasons. So Netflix got sued back in 2012 because there were no captions. Now, Netflix agreed that they will be putting captions all throughout their website. And you can also get sued if you are a consumer product. You have to be digitally accessible. There are laws and policies around that. You should check w3.org/WAI/policies, and this will give you all the legal requirements why your website has to be accessible, and do go through that. And this is also very big. You can get sued if your website is not accessible. And there are types of disabilities. There are actually 4 different types of disabilities, that is visual, hearing, cognitive and motor. So I'll be discussing all 4 of them in my next video in detail, and what are the assistive technologies where we can actually help disabled people when they have a visual loss or a hearing loss, what we should do in our website to make it more accessible. That's what I'm discussing in my next video. As we all know, in the next 5 to 10 years, each and everything which is right now offline will transform into their digital version. At that time, there will be more disabled people from what we have today. So we have a responsibility as UX designers. We have to think, we have to include all of those people and those digital products. We have to think today that we should design our products accessible, so that after 5 years or 10 years, these people, all the disabled people, should be able to use them. Now a quick tip. So there is a green zone in a mobile phone till where your thumb can go when you are holding it from one hand. So you'll see when you move your thumb, you'll see a subscribe button right there. Just press it hard, it should be subscribed. That means I want you to subscribe, and if you're on a laptop, you know what I mean. Just hit subscribe and subscribe to my channel, and that will actually help me create more and more videos like this. And in my next video, I'm discussing what are the different types of accessibility and what are the things we should actually take into consideration while we design a new website. Stay tuned. I'll soon see you with another video. Thank you so much, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.